Hi, I'm Marc Emery, Cannabis Culture Magazine publisher, and now, along with my wife Jodie, we're candidates in a provincial by-election here in British Columbia for the BC Marijuana Party.
That's correct. We've been out campaigning, handing out pamphlets like this one. It's got a cute picture of us as a couple, and information on why all the problems that are happening with crime could be solved by ending prohibition.
And a lot of healthcare solutions are involved in repealing prohibition, and a lot of things to do with the budget of the province. So we feel that almost every aspect of the provincial government's management can be positively affected by repealing prohibition. That's what we tell people.
Yeah, and with the economic disaster happening, we've got to legalize and regulate cannabis. Just like after the Great Depression, they legalized and regulated alcohol. So
apparently for the money too.
Well, everything's motivated by greed. Yep. But I want to show you guys, we've got the newest issue of Cannabis Culture Magazine out. It's this fabulous photo, and yes, every bud is real. Nothing is photoshopped. There was 150
pounds of marijuana in that photograph. We should have printed some others that when you pull back, you see huge heaps, 6 feet tall, mountainous heaps.
Her name is Marian Mendocino, and speaking of Mendocino, the centerfold is this spectacular spread of an outdoor grow. Like usually you don't see great photos of buds outdoor, but look at
Well, because it's exposed, so helicopters would see it normally. But that's
it's beautiful. There's so many different types of plants. You can tell from the yellows and some leaves, and some are taller and some are shorter.
And a happy harvest to everyone out there. It's October 9th today, and this has been the biggest week in Canada for harvesting plants. And this week we've had great weather. So everybody says it's a bumper harvest this year in all of Canada, in the entire country from east to west. The weather's been great right up till today, and so there's bumper harvests everywhere. Hope it's the same where you are too. What else is in that issue, Jodie?
Well, we've got nice trichome photos from Bubble Man, some more close-ups of, you know, the delicious THC holding glands. And
one of the great things that's in here is something I wrote, and I only write an article about once a year, and this is called The Secret History of the Marijuana Religion of Rastafari. We also commissioned these great paintings, 4 great paintings of the very important people. There's not a single person out there that can tell me who founded the Rastafari religion. Everyone knows Bob Marley made it famous, but if anyone out there knows who founded the Rastafari religion and hasn't bought our magazine yet, you just send it to us, and we'll send the first 5 people a free copy of the latest issue, so you can read more about why Bob Marley is the greatest religious prophet of the modern era.
Well, what Marc found was we commissioned an article about Rastafari, and all we got was, you know, a blurb about dreadlocks and
it was superficial and wasn't really like the journalism we're used to.
So Marc went out and he bought a bunch of books about Rastafari to actually figure out what the true story is, and it's quite fascinating, and a lot of deep political and economic and social issues brought about
people
Rastafari.
you probably never heard of have had a tremendous impact on your life if you smoke marijuana and you listen to reggae music or you listen to any kind of music that has herb in it. Even the words herb, kind, and grass are all from the Bible. Half the language we use to describe marijuana comes from the Bible, the Old Testament, and that's been kept alive for pot people by the Rastafari religion, which is very much a fundamentalist Old Testament religion, let me tell you.
And I also want to show all you guys and girls out there that my younger sister Tracy is the model in this eco-fashion spread.
And she's totally awesome and beautiful, and for $5 you can get her phone number from me on PayPal.
No.
$5 to Marc.
But Tracy's wearing hemp clothing and organic fibers and beautiful accessories. This is another great article.
This is our chick section of the magazine.
Well, you've seen, if you've been buying Cannabis Culture, we've been doing a lot of hemp clothing and accessories, and the ways that the styles are getting a little more modern.
And just to let you know, we have tens of thousands of dollars of fall fashion hemp clothing arriving in our building here at 307 West Hastings. And we're even thinking of opening a new store across the street, all devoted to hemp clothing. So please check out for your Christmas gifts before the meltdown takes down all your available disposable income. Buy your hemp clothing for the best prices in North America, with the largest selection, I may add, too.
Now we've got a lot of great stock up in the store, and I think the magazine is also moving upstairs. We've had some issues with the city.
City inspectors.
This is, I guess, zoned for storage, and since we aren't just a bunch of boxes...
We won't be filming from here too often. This will be storage.
You'll see a brand new office. It'll be great.
Now, unlike other candidates who had to resign because they were bong hitting before an election, At the BC Marijuana Party, you are required to bong hit before the election. In fact, if we don't see THC in your system, you cannot be a candidate for our party.
Yes, we do drug testing, and you got to fail to pass.
Absolutely right.
But speaking of drug testing, the DEA, you all remember Tommy Chong went to jail for selling bongs? Well, they went after the bong people, then they went after all the grow shops and hydroponic stores. There was Operation Green Merchant and Operation Headhunter. Now they're going after all the drug testing companies. They're trying to clamp down on all of those aspects of our culture. So the DEA, is not dead yet, and they're wasting millions and billions of dollars on the drug war. We've got to have it stop.
Yes, and we know this because our friends who make the Whizzinator and Number One are being hassled out of business by the police and the Congress. And
you guys all know that.
My advice to anybody who's making urine cleansing products, move to Canada. There's no movement afoot to get rid of them. You can make them here. You can ship them to people in the United States completely, without any problem. So move your business to Canada and ship from here.
We'll see what happens.
I heard the Whizzinator people were going to close down Puck Technologies. That doesn't make any sense at all. They should move to Canada.
Well,
therefore, you can still buy your ads in our magazine.
Hey, with our conservative government coming in, you never know.
We have a federal election in just 5 days in Canada, October 14th. Please get out and vote against the Conservatives, who, amongst many other things, will add mandatory minimums for pot growers of any number of plants. But goodness gracious, we're going to see a lot more of our people in jail if the Harper Conservatives get a majority and get their new Bill C-26 passed. That's mandatory minimums. We're going to see a lot more money going to cops. We're going to see a lot less
privatized prisons. It's all going to go American.
So find out who the person closest to beating the Conservatives in your riding. You can even go to our Facebook, Mark Scott Emery or Jodie Emery's Facebooks, and their stoner guide to voting in this election is there. It's also at the Cannabis Culture Forums, and is it on the front page of our website?
Well, we'll get it up there.
The stoner guide to this election will be on the front page of cannabisculture.com later on today.
Get out and vote, you guys.
And we need you to help us in our by-election. Please donate to the campaign. Go to bcmarijuanaparty.ca. Go to Jodie's Facebook, my Facebook. Say hi to us.
And you can add us on Facebook. Jodie at cannabisculture.com is my email. Mark at cannabisculture.com.
I already have too many friends, but you can go to my political page and register to be a supporter there. Give us money, get literature, give out stuff, volunteer, buy the latest issue of the magazine.
You can go to cannabisculture.com right now, click on it, order it. You'll get it sent right to you discreetly.
And Mark Emery for mayor on November 15th in Vancouver. All of Vancouver, you can vote for me. And in the riding of Vancouver Broad, which is the downtown riding, you can vote for me to be a member of the legislature for the BC Marijuana Party.
And me in Vancouver Fairview. So go BC Marijuana Party.
Vote, and buy the magazine.
And end the drug war.
Peace.